Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Steel Sanctuary podcast. I'm your host, Dave Rivero from SteelSanctuary.com, and this is my co-host, David Korup. Dave, how's it going?
Hey, what's up, brother?
Dave, I've got a request to Omar Khan. I'd like to spend a night with my family. Can he cut this shit out once and for all? For crying out loud. We're doing another emergency pod because the Steelers have traded for Justin Fields tonight, one day after trading Kenny Pickett to the Philadelphia Eagles. We've got our backup quarterback, I guess, Dave.
Yeah. That's a nice backup to have, huh?
This is truly unbelievable. I mean, to get the trade details are the Steelers give up a 2025 sixth round pick that can become a fourth, depending on playing time, apparently.
They gave a percentage. He has to play 51% of the time for it to generate from a sixth into a fourth.
Yeah. So, unless things go horribly wrong, this is a sixth round pick because I guess the plan is still, and I guess he's been told that Russell Wilson's still a starter and he's the backup going into 2025. So, Jesus Christ, if you get Justin Fields, regardless of his warts, for a sixth round pick,
yeah,
I mean, Jesus,
and it's not even this year.
Like, yeah, they have all their draft capital to go and do whatever they want.
Insane. As soon as I saw six, I went, "Oh, okay, that's great." Then I looked again. Went, wait a second, like, does that say 2025? I was like, "What?" I was like, "Are you serious?" Khan fooled them into this again, bro. Khan, he's literally the Bears' daddy. They should call him daddy.
Like, I mean,
good Lord.
I want to give Omar Khan all the credit in the world. This is a great trade. He played this perfectly, went out and got another quarterback for us and waited the Bears out.
Oh, man,
the market for Justin Fields must have been non-existent, right? I mean, for a 2025 sixth-round pick, there must have been no offers on the table.
But okay, so I want to put things in perspective for you. Omar Khan got a third for Kenny and gave up a sixth in the future for Fields. Like, what in the fuck? Like, how? What the Bears must have been so desperate to say they got something.
They were,
but to agree to a sixth, and it's predicated on like, I don't understand. Like you're hoping that he gets 51% of playing time to get a fourth. Like, did Khan come with that? Like, hey, how about this? He plays 51% of the time. We'll make it a fourth instead. And they were just like, oh, that's a great deal. Yay. You know, like, what?
I mean, let's be honest. Justin Fields is better than Kenny Pickett. He's better than some of these. He's better than Jimmy Garoppolo, who just got signed by the Rams. I mean, there was no one willing to give up a sixth this year or a fifth this year. Nobody? I'm not getting it. I guess
I don't know.
You know, he's in his last year of his contract, more or less, because no one's picking up that fifth year option now. Well, if you can't get a sixth round pick for this guy, you're certainly not paying him $25 million in another year. That's out the window.
Well, so I mean that's down the road, but that is going to be the big thing.
They're not picking it up, dude.
Well, here's my question, because I don't know. Maybe you do know. Can they extend him to lower the fifth year kind of thing, or do they have to like deny the fifth year option then offer him, like, how does that work? Could they lower it in theory, or do you have to do the extension after the fifth year option? So the only
you can do an extension without it, but you can't lower that number and then
so basically they would have to go, we're not picking up your fifth year option, but then he becomes a free agent unless he signs an extension right after unless they make a deal where we're going to say deny it, and then they extend him after his fourth year.
Well, they have to make the decision on that in the next couple of weeks.
What?
So, and then you have to make the decision this year for next year.
Oh my God, you're right. It's the third year, right? After the third year, you have to decide.
So they'll have this whole season to negotiate a new deal with him. Extend him if they want.
Wait a second. They can just deny it anyways. Say fuck it. And then
they're going to. That's out the window now. You get traded for a sixth round pick, you're not getting a $25 million.
Right. But like, I never thought about it that way. Like, I didn't realize they had to do it this year.
They have to
so basically, they can just literally slow play us and go, yeah, you're the backup, so we're gonna not accept your 5th year option. You're gonna earn it for us to offer you a new deal after the 4th year.
Yeah.
Genius,
I
genius,
mean,
fucking move.
his option is he can walk away and sign with somebody else.
Right, but I
He
mean,
doesn't have to stay with the Steelers anymore. But
right, but like, if it would work out a certain way after they deny it, then they don't got to worry about that 25 million
no,
bullshit or
no,
22, whatever.
that's gone.
Like,
It's 25 million.
dude,
It's over.
this is incredible. I just I never, we're on here having debates, Justin Fields versus Russell Wilson.
Yeah, we did the poll question. The whole which one would you rather have?
Kenny versus that guy, this guy versus that guy. Oh man, Omar Khan said, "Fuck it, we get both." How about we get both?
We were tickled pink that if they could get him for a 4th round pick, that would be great.
Yeah.
And now, I mean, it could turn into a 4th if Russell Wilson gets hurt or something next year. But then,
right, it's a 5th, and it's not even this year. It's like,
yeah.
I just,
and if it's
incredible,
it's worth a 4th if Russell Wilson gets hurt and you got that kind of backup quarterback, that's worth it. You pay insurance and you got a great backup quarterback. Well, not great. You got a pretty good backup quarterback. I saw someone on, I don't know if it was Rappaport or somebody said he's the best backup quarterback in football now. I don't know. Probably, maybe.
Did you see their Super Bowl odds jumped?
Yeah.
From plus 65 to plus 5,000?
Plus 5,000.
That's a significant jump.
But yeah, it's a jump. It's a jump.
I was like, damn, okay.
I had tweeted earlier today, and this has a possibility of getting nuts. If not so much for the Steelers, but in social media and the fans, if Russell Wilson struggles just a little bit, it's gonna be
the war.
We're gonna start dividing up sides again.
It's been the Civil War this whole offseason. The Kenny stands and the Mason stands.
It's gonna be the
Justin
Russell
Fields
Wilson stands.
Now it's going to be Russell Wilson versus Justin Fields, and I will be picking a side sooner or later and having a go at it.
I'm already,
dude. Oh, you're already. You're ready.
I would like to see Justin Fields play. Look, I like Russell Wilson. I want to see him do well. But man, he's younger. He's a little bit more exciting.
We talked about this. Like we said, hey, but like we talked about, you want to win now. They're trying to win now.
That's why I hope Russell Wilson works out, because for right now, he's the better option.
Yeah. And then I saw that there's a source out there saying that they talked about an extension. Him and the Steelers have already, that's down the road. Like that's something, bridge will cross down the road, but still like it's crazy. But I told you what I say. I told you in his press conference, he said plural championships with Tomlin and the Steelers. And I was
there's no doubt in his mind.
Okay.
He wants to
now,
play.
mind you, and I know this is Russell Wilson. He's very good at talking, and saying the right things. So, he could be just talking out of his ass, but still it was just like, wow, my man's not talking about just, a 1-year thing. He's talking about multiple.
Yeah. And I don't doubt in his mind, he wants to play a long time. That's right. That wouldn't surprise me at all.
But to absolutely get a 3rd for Kenny, spin around and give up a future 6th to get Fields is just masterclass shit, man. Like, holy fuck.
Yeah,
like,
the fact that he has all his draft capital still to go into this, and make this happen. It's insane.
Yeah, I can't remember if it was Rich Eisen who it was that said, but they said this was the shrewdest move in the QB room by a team in the history of the NFL to literally fire everyone and sweep in and get 2 guys that are better, and for only $4.4 million total dollars.
Total money.
That's fucking ridiculous.
Best guys on the market this year, right? Well, maybe excluding Kirk Cousins. How you feel about him and coming off the injury? I mean, these were the 2 best guys they could have possibly gotten their hands on.
Free agency and trade.
Or
in trade, that were available.
That quarterbacks that moved or will move.
No, they literally went and got, we're hoping for the one, and they went and got both. Like this is incredible. Are you finally, this is the new era? Or do I got you? Are you on board yet? Like this is definitely some new shit.
Yeah, I didn't see this. You always thought, well, there's 2 spots open. They might do something, but we talked about it. Didn't seem to make a lot of sense before they did it. Like, because you were thinking it was going to cost a 4th or a 3rd, and they would have to pick up his option. But
Steelers freak on here said a new order exclamation mark. Khan is a crazy Ivan. Wilson is their best shot to address the immediate need for a playoff win. I agree. That's what I'm saying. Don't get me wrong. Like Fields to me is like that shiny new toy that you're like, oh man, I can't wait.
That's the thing that gets
me. And that's
Is.
And I get it. Like don't get me wrong, I'm the same way. I'm just trying to pump the brakes a little bit. Like, hey man, this guy still needs to develop, but the ceiling is so fucking high with him that you're just like, damn, like I can't wait. But you got the chiseled veteran man. He, Russ has got the experience. So
I wonder what Russell Wilson's thinking right now.
You know what? I don't know. That's a good question. I don't know, dude. That's the other thing. Like the shots that are being taken at Kenny Pickett by the media. Jerry Dulac got him like on a Rolodex, just spinning, man, going, ding, here's this one, ding, here's.
Yeah.
He's just, I'm like, damn, dude. Like the guy's gone. Like we get it. God damn.
Oh, it's partially his legacy's at stake because he's the one that's been reporting the whole time that while DK is sticking up for him, Kenny Dulac's the one that said that he refused to dress and he didn't do the things.
And DK, he didn't want Kenny to be the starter. He's not a Kenny guy. I've told you before, like I kind of felt like DK really liked Mason. He really liked Mason. But maybe I'm wrong. It seemed like I listened to him every day, Monday through Friday. It seemed like he really liked Mason, but yeah, so he wasn't really defending Kenny. It was more or less just hey, I got a guy that was in the room when they brought it up to him.
Yeah, they're both sticking up to their sources for their sources. They're both, that's what they're doing. I wonder how Russell Wilson feels about this, because coming here against Kenny Pickett, he knew. It's a competition, but it's not. Now Justin Fields puts a little pressure on him, for sure.
It does, which is also another reason why the Steelers might have did it. They might have wanted to make sure that, hey, he knows, hey, look, we're not fucking around. Like, if any of the shit we heard in Denver went on or in Seattle or whatever, just so you know, fuck around and you're going to find out.
I guess that's the new mantra around here, right?
That really is it. That is the Omar Khan mantra, bro. Fuck around and find out. Yes, sir. Absolutely. And dude, like it was so funny. I'm getting text messages left and right. My buddy Jake Snyder, he's a huge Ohio State fan. So he texts me, he goes, Justin fucking Fields, exclamation marks. He was so excited because he's a Steelers fan and he's an Ohio State fan. So to get Justin Fields, it's like, basically how Pitt fans felt when Kenny got drafted.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Yep. What else can we go? Let's go over his stats from last year. I was just looking at this real quick. He threw for 2,500 yards. What do we got for touchdowns and interceptions? Yeah, I'm sorry, he did not throw that.
I think I have it memorized. 16 touchdowns, 9 interceptions.
There you go. He also fumbled. I was looking at this 10 times last year.
Yeah, that's the biggest issue. 40 turnovers total in his career. That's a lot. 3 years.
Yeah. He's fumbled 16 times in 2022 and 12 in 2021. That's an issue.
That's tough. Now, again, I'm not trying to defend him here, but how much of that was alluded to the left tackle not blocking, the right tackle not blocking, the line not blocking at all, and him getting nailed constantly? Stuff that's some stuff you have to counter into this too. Like how much was not being protected? But he also runs a lot too, so that's also gonna
using him as a running back so much.
So you gotta,
which they did,
and they did, and they should. He's an amazing runner, as for quarterback position. So, and again, in the end, protect the damn football, right? But if it's times where a quarterback gets sacked, he gets nailed, doesn't see it coming. It is what it is. But yeah, it's probably his biggest blemish, I would say, is the turnovers. Absolutely. So, but remember, we discussed this. Would that be why the Steelers wouldn't go after
the turnovers? Mike Tomlin despises turnovers, so he's going to have to clean that up. He how many interceptions did you say he had? 9?
9.
That's not too bad.
16 touchdowns. I don't know how I have it memorized, but I think I've looked at his stats so many fucking times. That's why I have it memorized. But yeah, it was 16 touchdowns, 9 interceptions.
So 19 turnovers last year. He's definitely got to clean that up if he's going to stay on the field. I don't know. This could be a one and done. This could be a whole bunch of stuff because this is just great. We don't have any idea how this quarterback situation. We think we do, but
And
man,
also, real quick before we get away from that, when it comes to stats with Justin Fields, also remember he was hurt a lot,
yeah,
so
he was
that
hurt quite a
touchdown
bit.
production would have been way higher, and the interception, but both of them would have been higher. Let me just put it that way.
Yeah.
So
Um, I remember watching games, the Bears games, and saying they're punishing this guy. I mean, they'd have call a run with him. He'd come up limping. They'd call a run the next play. He'd come up
yeah,
holding his hand. Then they'd call a run the next play. It's like
yeah.
the Bears. I don't know what the fuck their problem is. That franchise is screwed up.
Oh,
They,
Nyron, is it Nyron 380 put Russell Wilson also has a lot of fumbles last season. Yeah, actually, and Nyron, thank you for saying that because that reminds me. I saw a thing where it said that Russell Wilson and Justin Fields combined had the most
oh God,
turnovers in the league the
don't tell me
last
that.
season or 2 seasons. So I was like, ooh, that's interesting.
Oh great.
Yeah. So um yeah, so Steelers Freak also said Minka, TJ, and Cam courting Wilson was Pickett's final nail. Yep, absolutely. We talked about that last night.
Yeah.
That was definitely the final nail. Probably was the fact that those guys actively, all of your teammates did not want you to be the guy.
Russell Wilson had 10 fumbles last year,
10.
6 the year before. Same
Yeah.
amount as Justin
Yeah.
Fields.
So
There's
it's
something to
one
look
of
forward to.
those. There's hey, look, we got to give the cons and pros here.
Yeah,
And,
absolutely.
and, and it is what it is. These are both running quarterbacks.
Yeah.
So in theory, you're going to have a lot of fumbles from them probably. So you take the good with the bad with this. You know what I'm saying? Like if my
Yeah.
guy is going to throw, with Russell Wilson, a touchdown ratio of 26-8 interceptions, that's great. That's a great ratio, top 4 in the league. But he fumbled the ball a lot because he runs a lot. But if he's scoring a lot of rushing touchdowns, that's the thing. How many rushing touchdowns did Russell Wilson have?
I
Do you
just
have
had
that
his
up since you were just
stats.
looking?
Hold on, let me pull it up.
Because to me,
Uh,
that's if we're going to talk about fumbles, interceptions, it's also fair to bring up not only throwing TDs but rushing TDs.
he had 3 rushing TDs.
Okay, so we're talking about a guy that had 29 touchdowns total.
Yep.
Right. So that's pretty good. And then I don't have it, but Fields is another one we should look at. How many rushing touchdowns did he have? Because now we're talking about a guy that maybe had. I mean, I'm just shooting off, but maybe he had 20 plus touchdowns total, counting rushing touchdowns to the
Let's
9
see.
interceptions.
Rushing.
So it's just one of them things.
4 rushing touchdowns.
There you go.
For
So
Justin
20
Fields.
touchdowns total. And I want you to think about this. 20 touchdowns total compared to Pickett's in 2 seasons, 13. Yeah. And I don't know how many rushing he had. I can almost guarantee it's not a lot. So there's just no comparison. There's no way to argue
Kenny
this.
Pickett's not even, he's not even in the conversation anymore.
But to get both, I just incredible.
So he had Absolutely 20 touchdowns and 19 turnovers last year.
Yeah.
Not great. He'll have to clean that up.
But again,
he's got some things.
His surroundings were not good.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's just, just me being biased now that he's a Steeler or what it is. And if it is, that's my fault. But again, he did not have a great surrounding cast in Chicago, just like, Wilson didn't have in Denver. Let's be honest. The running back room was shit for Bears.
Yeah.
Their main guy, their main guy was hurt for most of the season.
Yeah.
The wide receivers, they did have one really good wide receiver.
DJ Moore.
Yeah. They had DJ Moore, who's good. Mooney is okay. Yeah, nothing special, right? They had Kmet.
I was going to say, he's
right? So Kmet's a legit tight end. So they had that. Yeah. But that O-line was shit. Yeah. And the Bears defense, correct me if I'm wrong, they're not that great either.
No, they got that kid from Washington as a pass rusher late in the season. Right. After the trade deadline, actually. But their defense was – and they had the corner there that the Steelers wanted, Johnson. He's pretty good. But
so they had a couple guys on defense. But they don't have they don't have a Steelers defense.
No, they
Dave.
don't have T.J. Watt and Micah
Right?
Fitzpatrick.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't have a defense that gets interceptions and puts you in a position to succeed. They don't have what the Steelers have, period, on defense. Neither did Denver. So neither one of these guys was supported in a way to where they really could succeed. But now they're coming to a team that, well, before we traded DJ, we were.
There's still work to be done. There's still work to be done.
Yeah. So there's work to be done. Fix the O-line, get that wide receiver. And my gut says, please get another corner. And let's roll, man. Let's fucking roll.
I don't want to be that guy, but I want to temper the enthusiasm a little bit. I know if you scroll down X right now, you'd think they already won the Super Bowl and people are going bananas. They're so happy. And I get it. I'm excited too. But at the same time, when I say these are the two best quarterback options they could have possibly gotten this year, it's also two guys that seemingly nobody else in the league wanted.
Yeah.
So we got to keep that in mind. These guys have warts. You know, we just talked about Justin Fields and the turnovers. Russell Wilson has that kind of attitude thing, and I think he held the ball the second longest of any quarterback in football last year, like over 3 seconds per attempt.
I thought he was the longest. I thought you said he
might
was
have
the
been
longest.
He's like throwing in the middle of the field either. He's got a little bit of that Kenny Pickett in him. He doesn't like to throw the ball in the middle of the field. So, but the quarterback room's better. There's no questioning that. How much better is, we'll have to wait and see. I see people like going crazy, like, and give Omar Khan credit. These are great moves. We got to wait and see how it works out in the field. I'm happier than I was 48 hours ago.
Yeah.
But I'm still not. We'll see. Let's see.
Yeah. No, I mean,
how they play. And
no, you're right. In the end, they got to go play.
Yeah.
In the end, they got to go on the field and actually do it. So, but on paper and in theory, this was an incredible move by him.
Regardless, they're better than they were before this started.
Right.
Kenny Pickett, Mason Rudolph. This is miles better than what I thought we were going to get stuck with for another season, without a doubt. I wonder how Russell Wilson and Justin Fields get along in the locker room. I wonder how that goes. If it's going to be competitive, I'm kind of fascinated by that. I'm not saying it's going to be bad.
I think it'll be all right. I mean, I haven't heard anything bad about Justin Fields. Like, we've been hearing a shit ton about Kenny for some reason. And I think Russell Wilson's going to look at it as, hey, I'm the veteran. I've been doing this for a long time. I'll take this kid under my wing. He said it's a club. Remember, he said there might be 32 starting QBs, but it's a QB club. So he seems to, and again, he could be talking out of his ass. I don't know.
He's definitely a politician.
But, oh man, my man can talk. But but I believe, or at least I want to believe that he'll take him under his wing and he'll help him.
I hope so.
But I'm telling you now, that is a hell of a backup quarterback to have with that kind of ceiling. I'll take it.
Yeah, I still don't understand why nobody else took a flyer on Justin Fields. I mean, I don't know. Maybe the GM was playing too hard of a bargain early, and then he lost the market. Maybe
it could be anything. Maybe people didn't. Maybe I don't know. Maybe the price tag in the beginning turned everyone off, and they were like, "Nope, I'm done.
Yeah,
we're not. Yeah. We don't want him anymore.
That's what
we're gonna go a different route." Dude, the Eagles checked in on Fields before they brought in Kenny. Now, you tell me what the hell happened there, because
I think
they gave up
were his
a
last
third.
chance. Yeah, the Eagles were his last chance.
They gave up a third for Kenny, but
a pick swap.
They didn't want to do a sixth for Justin.
I guarantee you they weren't offered a sixth. I think Ryan Poles, the general manager of the Bears, was like, "I want a fourth. I want a fourth. I want a fourth," and they were like, "No." And then when the Eagles said no and got Pickett, he was like, "Holy shit! That was my last chance.
Or
that was my last fucking chance."
The Con artist did the whole. It's a fourth if he plays 51% of the time, and they were like, "We'll take it." Imagine if that was it. That the Eagles didn't offer that, but Con did.
Well, no, yeah, I don't think the Eagles had that option. Honestly, Dave, I think.
I'm saying, what if that was Con's negotiating strategy?
I mean, anything's
And
possible.
his pitch to them was, look, if he plays over 51% of the time, we'll up it from a 6th to a 4th next year. And they probably thought that's their best chance at getting a 4th for him now. So they took it.
I mean, yeah, now it is for sure. I mean, everyone else has moved on.
Something
the
happened.
Patriots,
They either had demanded a 4th until finally the Steelers said, you get a 4th if he plays 51% of the time.
Yeah, that's what probably put it over the edge. He can kind of save face a little bit and say, I'm going to get a 4th, even though he probably isn't. Right? He's probably not going to get it.
That's probably why they made it now clear that he is not the starter. He will be the backup. Because
it's good that they make this clear going in, that there's no gray area and no arguments.
And now that I know that they can decline that 5th-year option now, like they're not worried about it now, that's great. Because then if he's the backup, he's not doing anything to generate making that kind of money anyways.
Yeah,
but here's the best part. So then not this year, but next year, if Wilson bounces, Fields can be the starter. Yeah. And if Fields proves himself in year 4, then they can offer him bigger money.
Yeah, they can offer him a long-term contract.
So the timeline matches up perfect, Dave, because in year 4, Wilson walks because he wants $45 million. Fine, we still have Justin Fields.
Yeah, well, technically they don't have either one, though.
And this is just, this brain, it's just hitting his brain now how this timeline's working out. And I'm like, poof, like, holy fuck, dude, Khan is amazing. Like, if he, I'm a little slow. I'm probably not as smart as him. If he has this all figured out going in, that's incredible.
That's incredible. Wait. They're both free agents after next year. It's not like the Steelers can pick and choose which one to keep. They got to figure out one.
I'm sorry, man. I got my timeline wrong. I do then.
Yeah, they're both free agents.
Both of them.
They're both free agents next year.
Shit, I thought they'd have Justin one more year.
No, next year is his 4th year, and they're going to decline the 5th-year option.
So this is 4th year now.
We're going into his 4th year. Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah.
They're gonna decline it though. They'll decline
it. He's not worth it.
But see, that's the only thing about this. It's like
now they're both free agents.
Yeah, they're both gone.
Well, there's nothing that says that they can decline it and then talk him into signing a 3-year deal at less money or a 2-year deal at less money. They could do that. But if you listen to Jerry Dulac, they're going to start negotiating with Russell Wilson now for an extension.
But not now. I thought they said the end of this season.
Did he say the end of the season?
I thought he said end of the season. Look, I mean, if you want to look it up, just to be sure.
I mean, I read it quick, so I could be wrong. Actually, I retweeted it, so I probably have it up here pretty quickly.
Oh, it's either Nyron or NY Ron. He put Wilson just put out a nice tweet about Fields. Refreshing to see. Steelers Freak put worst case, Wilson and Fields are bridges. No doubt they aren't banking the future on either and will continue to search for other possibilities. It basically, so the timeline actually, I was wrong. I was looking at it wrong. So basically the timeline will be they decline the 5th-year option. They'll both be free agents going into next year.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you were right. I mean, the way I look at the end of the season for Russell Wilson.
So I was right. It's end of the season. Okay, cool. So basically it still works out in the Steelers' favor. Because if Fields don't play at all, then the asking price is going to be low in theory, because the Steelers can be like, "Look, bro, you didn't even fucking play. Like, you can't expect a 20 mil per kind of deal if you didn't fucking play."
If they offered Justin Fields right now $10 million guaranteed for 25. He'd probably be stupid not to take it, because the chances are he's not going to play at all in 24, and he's going to have no negotiating
unless some team would just back up the truck for him anyways.
They could have done it this year and they didn't do it. Nobody, I can't emphasize this enough. Nobody offered better than a conditional 4th-round pick for Justin Fields. Nobody. The Patriots don't have a quarterback right now. They didn't offer it. The Raiders have who? Who did they just sign? The Denver's backup last year, wasn't it? No,
Minshew. They got Minshew.
They got Minshew. He's all right, I guess.
I like Minshew. He beat the fucking Steelers.
He did.
I'm just putting it out there. He beat the fucking Steelers. I know that game they were missing. Well, they missing some key. They didn't have their linebackers. They were on the 7th linebacker.
It was Mitch Trubisky.
And
That's
then
why they lost.
yeah, Mitch, YOLO
So,
Mitch
yeah.
went out there. But anyways, yeah, dude. Like, so
Yeah, I'll be
the
impressed with
timeline,
Omar.
I think the timeline worked out well for the Steelers because
I'll,
you got a guy that's going to demand 40, 45 mil per. If he does, bye. See you later.
yeah.
And then you get the guy that doesn't play a lot with the high ceiling, you could be like, hey, I give you 10 million guaranteed your first year, take it or leave it. And he's probably going to take it, like you said. But
Yeah,
either
I
way,
would be trying to push him for an
I
extension
wish
now.
the timeline would have been what I originally thought it was, but that's okay. I just
Yeah, if you had one more year to decide on
yeah, that'd
Justin
be
Fields,
nice.
that would be the
But
best.
it's okay. Either way, I think it still works out for the Steelers because one didn't play and the other did. So the price will be lower for the one, in theory.
Yeah.
So
I mean, Justin Fields' value is crap right now. If he was a free agent tomorrow, he wouldn't probably make much money at all. And after sitting on the bench for an entire year, he's definitely not going to make it.
Right. And that's why I think it works out well for them anyways. Decline the fifth year option, and Khan's amazing. So he probably knows this. He knows,
I bet you they're negotiating right now for an extension, for a cheap extension for Justin.
No, but see, that's my question. Can you do that? Can you extend?
Yeah,
they're going to have to deny the fifth year option.
Yeah, they're going to do that regardless, and then they can start negotiating with him like a regular player once they
deny it.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I wasn't sure how that timeline works. I was actually reading. I was trying to find it to see how the timeline works for them to do it.
Possibly, in theory, they'd have to wait till after that deadline to sign him. But they're not supposed to sign any free agents still. It's supposed to be still a tampering period and all this. You can, wink, wink, and get a deal done, and then wait till the fifth year option comes, and then do that. That would impress me. That would really put me in your camp with Omar Khan. If he gets Justin Fields done for another year extension, cheap, or 2 years cheap, then now you cook it. Now you cook it.
Steelers Freak here said, I don't like to mention this, but if Wilson gets hurt and Fields plays well, things could change. Absolutely, they could change. Yeah. I mean, if he gets hurt and Fields comes in there and lights the fucking world on fire, then that is.
Well, then you concentrate on signing Fields and you kiss Russell Wilson goodbye. Say good luck, and God bless.
Now we know Khan don't give a fuck. Like if you suck, you suck. Like and he don't care. He'll look you right in the eye and go, "We believe in you," and send your ass to the fucking Eagles.
That's true. They do have one other option with Justin Fields. If that scenario happens and he balls out and goes crazy, they could franchise him after next season too.
Okay.
So they have that option. It's expensive.
Now I was about to say that's an expensive route to go.
That's a $40 million probably franchise tag. But that's if he goes crazy and they win a couple playoff games. Might be worth it.
Right.
Who knows? Or you can use that to get him signed long term and say, look, we're going to franchise you unless you sign a contract. So there's a lot of things that can happen. We're getting way ahead of ourselves.
I don't give a shit. We should you just go crazy with this because this is something that no one's witnessed as a Steelers fan.
Nobody.
Even maybe any time ever. This might be the first time ever this has happened. So
yeah, I can't think of a team that completely cleaned out their quarterback room, signed a free agent, traded for a guy, and now they're probably going to draft a guy late. They still need a third quarterback.
They could.
They want him cheap.
Yes. So, dude, you could be anybody. It could be any of those guys. Desmond Ridder or Milton or Davis. Thought I heard Jordan Davis.
The kid from Florida State. His name escapes me because the one that got hurt. Jordan Travis.
It's Travis. That's what it is. Yeah. He's the other one I've seen people mention that really like him too. So that probably will be what they do. They got 2 6s now.
Yeah.
So
they're gonna draft a quarterback.
I'm telling you,
you don't want to spend any more money on a veteran third string guy.
I can't believe it's a future 6th. I just can't believe it.
There's more trades coming, right? He's not gonna. What do we have? 2 6ths.
You have 2 6, a third, 2/3, a second, and a first.
Yeah. He's got to make another trade.
He might
get one of those picks.
Look, with Khan, you never fucking know. You don't know. Bro, this is the third podcast in a row we've done. The third.
It's nuts. This is the first time we haven't done 3 in a row because this shit just keeps happening.
It's just
These are
getting
big
fucking
deals.
crazy. I told you it's different from last year. Last year it was like a shit ton of little ads here and there. This year it's 4 or 5 big fucking moves. You're like, good Lord.
Yeah.
But I'll take it. It's made it fun as hell.
Yeah, we need a couple more. We
So
need a wide receiver. We need a center.
yeah, yeah. I
Either one as a veteran guy anyway before the draft. One or the other.
well, yeah. Well, now I think this kind of you mentioned Michael Penix in the second round last night. So now I think that kind of erases that
Yeah,
kind of
that erases
thinking.
that for sure.
I think that's gone.
For
So,
sure.
and to be honest with you, they may not take a quarterback. They may be like, we'll just sign a cheap whatever third string guy and call it a day. They may go cheap route. Maybe they still go get Ryan Tannehill.
Trade for Milf Hunter.
Oh damn!
Zach Wilson. I think he's making a lot of money. You can't trade for him. He's making like
yeah,
$5 or $6 million this year. I don't
right.
think you trade for him.
But no, I don't think they're gonna trade. I think they're just gonna. I really could see Tannehill coming in here as the third guy, just in case. Like
that's too much. That's too much, Dave. They need to get some kind of rookie.
Yeah, but
something. That's too
Omar
much.
Khan has got zero fucks to give, bro. Like he don't care. Like he's gonna do.
Think Tannehill signs whatever. For $3-4 million a season.
Okay, but that's only $7 million dedicated to your quarterback.
I know, but
they were paying Trubisky that by himself to be the worst QB in the fucking room.
I mean, how much dead money are they paying him? They're probably paying him more dead cap than they're paying their quarterbacks right now.
It's like $6 million dead money, I think.
Yeah, so more than they're paying their quarterbacks.
But I don't give a shit. I either route they go, I don't care now. As long as I just think I think they're not gonna like when you brought up I don't think they're gonna go that route. They're not taking QB early anymore. I don't believe that at all.
No,
that ship is sailed. They might not do it at all. And that's fine because I would rather them focus on, that O line. They've got to fix the O line. To me now, that wide receiver is priority.
I'm banging the drum for Connor Williams till he gets signed by somebody else. I want a veteran center.
Yeah.
To anchor this offensive line and then go draft a tackle that you can work in slowly. You still got Dan Moore.
I want to hear next week that he restructured Cam's contract. Maybe TJ.
I think that's coming. I think Cam Hayward.
I think, and that's the other thing. Him making all these big moves is going to motivate probably Cam and TJ and Minka, and they're like, "Holy shit, dude, we'll restructure." Like, let's let Omar cook some more. Like, here you go. Like, let's go ahead and do that, and give you more money to work with, and let's roll.
Bring me Brandon Ayuk, and then I'll be happy as a pig and shit.
And there's, it's kind of funny because, to his credit, Andrew Filipponi, man, he was on Twitter today saying stuff about Fields, and now, hey, this is actually a thing. They may go get him, and then he's also brought up Ayuk, and I've also heard there was another guy that said they have been talking to them about Ayuk as well. And Samuel. I've heard that too. I don't know.
Yeah, I've heard Samuel too.
So there's been a lot of
talk. A shout out to our guy, Nick Farabaugh. He had it last night, the field stuff.
Yeah.
And he took a little bit of abuse on Twitter.
And I don't know why, and look, I was wrong because I said I don't think they do it because of that 5th-year option.
Me too.
But Khan, the genius that he is, and them are like, well, wait a second, we'll just deny it. He's the backup and the price will be lower anyways.
None of us thought they were gonna get him for a 6th-round pick because that makes the 5th-year option out of the question.
That's the other thing. I didn't know how much they'd give up or have to give up. So
because if you trade a 3rd or 4th rounder for him, you want to pick up that option because you pissed away a good pick, but you didn't give up anything for him.
Yeah, I just it's a great move, and I can't believe it happened. I thought I'd never see something like this. This is incredible. Remember, 2 months ago, we said it's going to be Kenny Mason, 6th-round pick, and we're going to say yay for Kenny. Remember, we were depressed and everything. The Arthur Smith thing about drove me off a cliff. But now, man, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling real good. They got holes to fix, but it all comes down to the quarterback in the end.
Yeah.
And we have one that beat Patrick Mahomes last season.
Yep.
And then we got an up-and-comer with a high ceiling right behind him. So couldn't be happy.
Yeah, this has been a fun week, man. Hopefully tomorrow we get a break, but hopefully not. Let's keep rolling, man. Trade for somebody, get us somebody in here.
Yeah,
who's the Bills wide receiver that wants out? We should talk about him for a minute.
Diggs?
Diggs. I do not want Stephon Diggs. Yeah. I hope they do not, because he seems like he's on his way out of Buffalo. That guy
too
seems
much
like
of a cancer.
Yeah, he seems like a problem. He's older. He's 30-ish
Yeah.
now too, and he's got an attitude.
He
I'll
is good
pass
though.
on him. He was good. I don't know if he still is good. That's debatable. He had no K season
What?
last year. Well, his
What?
stats weren't that great last year, right?
What are you talking about? He did really well. What?
Let me look it up.
I mean, I don't know, man. I don't. You're saying this, and I'm like, what? Like, what are you talking about, man? Stephon Diggs had a great. He's been really good. Because who was it? Besides beating the
Well,
Steelers.
he had 1,100 yards, 8 TDs. That's
Okay.
pretty good. It's pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
So, I mean, in the end, you still think you don't want them? I mean, you're
I
all
don't.
right. They don't want.
I
They're
don't.
getting rid of the cancers. That's for sure. They got rid of DJ. Apparently, Kenny wasn't the greatest. I'm not trying to go in or another that, but you know, they probably won't go that route unless there's reasons for why
Yeah,
Stephon Diggs is going to be happy.
Diggs is going to be 31 this year. So
And that is, hey, that is a reason to be kind of worried.
he's got an attitude too. He's always bitching about everything.
I know. I mean, I know wide receivers.
He's got the second best quarterback in football throwing the ball, and he still complaining and doesn't get enough. Yeah, I'm going to hard pass on that. I mean, he did have a better year than I thought he did, but he was pretty much a no-show in that playoff game against the Chiefs. He didn't. I don't think he.
Probably tomorrow they'll sign Tyler Boyd.
Yeah, that's the most likely thing, I guess, right?
Yeah, I got a feeling that. I got a feeling that's next. Tyler Boyd's probably next. Would be really happy, like you said, Connor Williams. Go get Connor Williams, Tyler Boyd, and let's roll for the draft.
Yeah, I'd rather have Connor Williams than Tyler Boyd if it was a choice between the two.
I agree.
But
I agree.
Yeah,
because Connor Williams healthy is really good.
Yeah, and it solves a huge problem.
It does.
A huge problem.
So do those two moves, and I'll be happy. Let's roll. I'll be ready for the draft.
Yep.
But yeah, I just in shock, man. Just can't believe it.
Yeah, I think we all were. I think that I saw so many holy shits on Twitter today. I think that was everyone's response. Like, wow.
Literally.
It's wild. All right, that's all I got. Unless you got anything else?
No, that's it.
All right, Dave. Like I said yesterday, unless something crazy happens, we'll go back to our normal Monday, Thursday.
Yes,
but
absolutely.
Who the hell knows? All right, you can follow me on X at SteelersSanct16. Email the show at daver@SteelersSanctuary.com. Give us those subscription guys. Hit that subscription button. That really helps us out a lot. Dave, give me stuff. Let's get out of here.
Yep, you can find me on Twitter at DMC3SSP. You can find me on TikTok at Steelers Sanctuary Podcast or at SteelSancPod. Guys, I've got the sports books for you. The online stuff. Just go to signupexpert.com/nothings.
And look out for the hodgepodge of nothingness. That's coming back sooner or later.
Yeah, I'm about to bring that back, man. The Pirates, they're looking good. I'm getting pretty excited.
Dave's in heaven over here.
I just
all optimism.
Yes, amazing.